Hey guys, how's it going in today? Welcome back to another build guide video for the Witch Doctor patch 2.4.2. Today we are looking at the Witch Doctor's Gargantuan build for the patch because the Ring of Emptiness was buffed and then it was nerfed. Thank you a lot, Ninja Nerf from Blizzard. So we're gonna do this instead, and it's actually a really great build. I actually enjoy it because after playing a Bombardment Crusader for like 2 seasons, I'm kind of bored of it. As in, like, I actually don't want to time anything. I always just want to sit back and let things die. And this is a perfect build for it, and you'll see it within the clip itself. So our main damage dealer is going to be our Gargantuan and our zombie dogs, really, and we just sit back and let them die, and everything else we do really amplifies their damage, and that's it. Anyway, so watch the little clip, and I'll see you soon. We're gonna get into everything, okay?
Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that lazy type of DPS and progression. So we're going to jump into our main stats priority first. Our main stat is actually going to be increased damage in our Gargantuan as high as possible, as much as possible. So that means mainly our shoulders and chest needs to be rolled into that. And then critical hit chance, and then critical hit damage as high as possible. And then area plus damage, and then cold plus damage. We don't really need cooldown reduction that much because of how our passive skill works. And also, I believe our attack speed does not affect the attack speed of our pets, so attack speed doesn't really matter in our stats anyway. Okay, if I'm wrong, let me know, but that is our stats priority. Okay, so next okay, so for our gears, we're gonna be using the 6-piece set bonus of the Helltooth harness right here. We're only actually gonna be using 5 pieces because we're using the Royal Ring of Royal Grandeur, so that we get the 6-piece set bonus. So for the 2 set piece bonus, enemies hit by your primary skills, Acid Cloud, Fire Bat, Zombie Charge, Zombie Dogs, Gargantuan, Grasp of the Dead, Piranhas, or Wall of Dead are affected by necrosis, becoming slow, taking 1,500% weapon damage every second and taking 20% increased damage from all your attacks for 10 seconds. Number 4, after applying necrosis to an enemy, you take 60% reduced damage for 10 seconds. Number 6, which is our main thing right here, after casting Wall of Dead, gain 1,400% increased damage for 15 seconds to your primary skills, which means Acid Clouds, Fire Bats, Zombie Charge, Zombie Dogs, Gargantuan, Grasp of the Dead, Piranhas, and Wall of Dead will be increased by that much. So primarily because of the 6-piece set bonus, our Wall of the Dead will amplify all the other damage of our Gargantuan, Piranhas, Zombie Dogs, and our the Wall of Dead, but mainly our Gargantuan and Zombie Dogs. Okay. So the next pieces we're gonna use is the Traveler's Pledge right here and the Compass Rose for the Endless Walk, where when we are standing still we get increase in damage by 100%. While we're moving, we get damage reduction by 50%. So you know what that does. For our weapon, we're using the Sacred Harvester right here. So Soul Harvest now stacks up to 10 times instead of their usual 5 times instead. Our other one, the Mojo, is going to be Henry's Prequisition. I love this one so much. I wish I was in World of Warcraft series. I know I keep saying that. I keep saying that. The first time an enemy deals damage, you reduce that damage by X amount. So 60 to 80% damage reduction, and charm the enemy for 3 seconds. So it becomes your pet for 3 seconds. For our bracers, it's going to to be Lacumba's ornaments right here. Reduce all damage taken by 6% for each stack of soul harvest you have, which means instead of 5 stacks, you get a total of 10 stacks instead of 5 stacks. Okay, so that's an increase in damage reduction right there. For our helm, we're going to be using the Mask of Jerem. Now, a lot of you are going to say, why don't you have Tasker and Theo instead? Well, it doesn't really matter. You can interchange them back and forth. So you can have either the Mask of Jerem equipped on you or in the Kunai Cube, or you can have the Tasker and Theo in the Kunai Cube or equipped on you. Okay, so whichever one that has the better stats, use it on equipped it or put it into the Kunai Cube, whichever one that is better stats. Well, better stats means equipping on you, so that's up to you to do, so please don't tell me. Anyway, so that's for our helm. Also, we always want to use the helm. Well, we actually, if it's not in the Kunai Cube, right, if it's on us, we want to get the helm that has the highest pet damage possible, because our pets are going to be doing the damage, not us. Okay, so take that as priority. Okay, so for our belt, we're going to be using the Witching Hour right here for increase in critical hit damage anyway, so that's it for the belt. Lastly is going to be the Short Man's Finger right here. Gargantuan instead summons 3 smaller Gargantuans, each more powerful than before. So I'm going to equip this. Oh, my poor baby just died, my poor baby. And then we're going to summon it again, and we get 3 Gargantuan instead of that 1 Gigant. You know, the more the merrier, right? Anyways, so that's it for our gears. Okay, so for our gems, we're gonna be using so for our weapon, critical hit damage right there, the green gem. For the other sockets, we're gonna be using the int gem right here. So if you feel like that you are dying more, use the diamond gems for more survivability. That's up to you. For our helm, this is totally up to you, discretion. If you want more survivability, go with the purple gems for more life. If you feel like you need cooldown reduction for some reason, then go for cooldown reduction, but I just use this gem anyway, just so that I can increase my my life hit points right there. Okay, so for legendary gems, we're going to be using Bane of the Trapped right here to increase damage, and then the Bane of the Stricken to kill the Rift Guardian much faster, and then lastly is going to be Enforcer, increase the damage of your pets by X amount. So the higher your rank, the higher that number is, and your pet takes 90% less damage, which means that your pets will never ever really die, so don't worry about your pets dying. Okay, for the Kunai Cube, we have the Furnace right here, increase damage against elites by 50%, and then we have Tasker and Theo, increase attack speed of your pets by 50%. So like I said before, if the stats on your Tasker and Theo gloves are better than the Mask of Jerem, use that on you, and then put the Mask of Jerem into the Kunai Cube, or vice versa. Okay, so that's totally up to you. And the last one is going to be the Ring of Royal Grandeur. No need for me to explain that. Okay, so for our Paragon levels, we're going to be using, well, actually just 25% increased movement speed, so match it up with your boots and rings, and then everything else into intelligence. If you need vitality, go for vitality, because if you don't have enough hit point, you die right away, even though your pets are really taking a lot of the damage and beating for you. Still, sometimes you get one shot, like sometimes I do, and then you just die, and it's a waste of time. Next is going to be offensiveness, critical chance, critical damage, cooldown reduction, and then attack speed, because attack speed doesn't really matter. Defensiveness, resist all armor, life regen, and then life is last. Utility is going to be area damage, prioritize that, life per hit, cost reduction, and then gold fine is last. Alright, so for our skills, we're going to be using the Gargantuan Humongoid right here. Summon a Gargantuan zombie to fight for you. The Gargantuan cleaves multiple enemies for 585% of your weapon damage as cold. So they will be actually our main damage deal, and they'll be cleaving everything, and you'll see that, you know, when they hit, things just die. When they cleave, things just die. So that is our main damage dealer right there, okay? Then we have Soul Harvest with Language for survivability. Increase your armor by 10% per harvested enemy and reduce their movement speed by 80% for 5 seconds. And also, life feed on the life force of enemies within 18 yards. Gain 3% increase intelligence for 30 seconds for each enemy is affected. This stacks up to 5 times, so actually 10 times now. So that is increase in our damage, which means increase in our, I believe, our pet damage as well. We have Spirit Walk with Severance right here for movement. Then we have Piranha's Piranado to increase damage against the enemies when it's affected, and also pulls everything in. So otherwise we have that there. Then we have Summon Zombie Dogs right here, leeching beast. So we summon 4 zombie dogs from the death of the earth to fight our side. Each dog deals 120% weapon damage as physical per hit. That kind of sucks. I wish it was cold. Your zombie dogs heals you for 100% of your life on hit with every attack. So this is how we will pretty much heal ourselves if we ever get hit. And then lastly is Wall of Dead, communing with spirits. Summon a circle of spirits for 6 seconds that deals 1200% weapon damage as cold, chills nearby enemies by 60%, and reduce their damage dealt by 25% for 3 seconds. So yay! Okay, for our passive we have Grave Injustice here. Gain 1% of your minimum life and minimum Alright, so for our passive skills, we have Grave Injustice here. Gain 1% of your maximum life and mana and reduce the cooldown of all your skills by 1 second when an enemy dies within 20 yards. So, when you're mobbing everything, the small guys die fast, so that means that you get to constantly do Wall of Dead, Piranhas, amplifying your pretty much your damage for your Gargantuan and your zombie dogs so that they can kill things faster. So that's what that does. But in the part of the Rift Garden, it's still okay. Just be far away, don't die, and then just do your thing like usual, okay? Next is Confidence Ritual right here. You deal 20% additional damage to enemies within 20 yards. Next is going to be Spirit Vessel, which is our cheat death. And then lastly is Midnight Feast. The damage of your zombie dogs and Gargantuan is increased by 50%. Additionally, you may have 1 additional zombie dog summoned at one time. So it means 4 instead of 3. So lastly, it's going to be our followers. So I use the Scoundrel or the Templar depending on the situation. As in, if it's higher grade rift and I want more survivability, i.e. if I get hit that much, then I'll use the Templar for my healings. If not, then I'll use the Scoundrel for his critical hit damage, critical chance increase right here and anatomy. So that's really up to you whether you want to do that or not. Okay, so how to play this is pretty easy. All you do is run around, summon your stuff, and all you do is do the Wall of Dead. And then Piranado, Languish, and then repeat. That's it, and then things just die. That's all you do. Just stay out of the way and buff your pet's attack, and then yeah, things just die. That's it. That's all you do. You just can pretty much hang back and like party. This thing's a bitch to do because it's a one of those ones. There you go. See, that's all you do really, and you just kind of sit back and relax. I mean, I played a Thorns Crusader, the bombardment build, and that sucks. I had to do so much work. Now I'm just gonna sit back, relax, languish, so harvest, and then do this and do more of that, and the thing just die. Oh my god. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying this video, thumbs up would definitely be appreciated because I love this build. It's gonna be my main build for season 7 anyways, thank you guys again. If you have questions or comments, please leave them down below, and don't forget to press subscribe for future content because you know I make future content and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye, love ya. Mwah. Oh god, don't die.